Welcome back. In this lecture, we're going to cover Cascading Style Sheets, or CSS. We're going to give you a little bit of background so that you'll understand what we're doing in the examples that you see in the next couple of lectures. Let's begin with what the heck is CSS? CSS is Cascading Style Sheets. It's a language devised to specify how to display HTML elements. What it is an attempt to separate the visual aspect of an element from what the element is and its data content, which is what HTML specifies. With CSS, you can specify the look, like the color, the font, the size of an element, and its position on the screen. HTML is used to define what that element is. This is a table, this is a list, this is a so on and so on. So that's the way that the two play together. One defines what things are, the other defines what they look like when they're displayed by a browser. Now, there are three ways to include CSS configuration into a web page. And here they are. First, CSS can be imported from a separate CSS file, as you see here in our first example. Using the link tag, we use the href attribute to point to the URL of a .css file. .css files contain the specifications for how elements should look. The other way to do it is to include a style tag, a opening and closing tag, and in between comes the CSS for this particular HTML file. Usually style tags appear in the head of a document. The final way to include them is inline on the tag itself using the style attribute of the tag. You can say table space style equals and start spewing CSS to your delight. So that's the three ways to include CSS into a web page. Now, let's look at the syntax of CSS. The syntax is basically pretty simple. It's property, some name for a property, colon, the value. Usually the value is quoted in double quotes. I should have included that in here, but we're going to assume that for value now. And then you say semicolon, and you repeat another value, and you keep on going for as many properties and values as you would like to set. Now, in an external file or in a style block, the syntax is slightly different. Because these styles apply to entire pages, they can specify multiple tags that accept these styles. That's done via the selector, this blue indicator here in the syntax. A selector can be an HTML tag. For example, body. Body should take on this property. What property? Color. What should be the value of color? White. That would make all text in the body of the document white. That's an example of an external file or a style block. Now, if you use inline syntax, you don't need to say this applies to body because it's going to apply to whatever tag the style tag is being used on to include it. Let's look at some examples to clear this up. Here is an example of a style block inside a HTML document. Typically, these occur inside the head, so I'm showing the head, begin, and end tags. Here's the title of this HTML page. That usually appears right inside the head. This is a CSS example. And the red area here inside the style tag is CSS syntax for saying that for the body, make the font family sans serif. Make the background color white and make the margins on this web page 20 pixels of blank space all the way around. So you can see how we're using CSS to configure the look and feel and position of things. Now, The final thing that I want to cover is, what does cascading mean? Well, cascading in this case means that by default, anything that is set by one element higher in the parent to child hierarchy of elements on the page gets inherited down to all siblings until explicitly overridden by one of the siblings in the chain of inheritance. That means that if I set the font family for the body tag, this causes that property value to be inherited by all HTML elements on the tag, If I set the font family for a table, it is inherited by all table row, table definition, table header tags inside that table. It's a containment inheritance here that goes on, and that's the cascading that's happening. Values and styles are inherited down the chain until somebody overrides the default that's coming their way. So that was a quick overview of cascading style sheets. I hope that it helps you to understand what you're about to see in upcoming lessons.